Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be making for you our Murder Mystery soap. This soap uses a fragrance oil from Nature's Garden called Sherlock Homey, and it has a really fun gin cucumbery scent to it. So stay tuned if you want to see how I made this Murder Mystery soap. Alright, it is time to make the first spooky soap of the season. And we wouldn't start this out any other way than by using indigo powder in our soap to make this super dark, spooky, broody looking blue color, kind of like the depths of the ocean. This soap bar actually went through a couple different names, a couple different vibes. We were originally thinking of calling this Black Lagoon or Creature from the Black Lagoon or something like that, but when I added the fragrance oil, which is Sherlock Homey from Nature's Garden, it was a little too fresh with all of the citrus and cucumber and ozone and spices that name didn't make sense with the overall feel of the soap. And also the design at the end, which you'll see here in a couple minutes, it wasn't super fitting. But that's alright, we kind of rolled with it. We decided on Murder Mystery for the name of this soap, specifically because of that fragrance blend. So it's very fresh, kind of gin forward, and we just thought Sherlock Holmes, cocktails, spooky season, mysteries, monsters, what better than Murder Mystery for the first soap of our October collection. The design is not the most simple in terms of look, but in terms of technique it is. So that base level is some of that soap batter with a little bit of blue mica added. We blended it in and then we set it aside to set up, and then did some swoops with our trusty soap spoon. And then I added a tablespoon more of blue mica into the larger amount of soap base to get it a darker, deeper shade. We then used some blue mica with some glow-in-the-dark mica mixed in to do a mica line on top of those swoops. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's our glow-in-the-dark stuff or we don't use enough of it, but you can't see that it glows in the dark, so I'm a little bummed out about that. But it didn't affect the soap in any way, so at least it's not a total, mess up. I then will pour 1/3 more of our soap batter into that slab mold there. We're going to do a 3-layer design. This fragrance oil smells really great. It also is really well behaving. It does not accelerate at all. In fact, I feel like it delayed the soap coming to trace. This is, at this point in the video, is maybe 10 to 15 minutes in real time outside of speed ups and things, and that is a long time for the soap batter, at least in our experience, to remain workable. So I just repeated that mica line there, and then I poured in the remainder of the blue mica into the remainder of the soap batter to spread on top. We will then pour the remainder on top of our slab, our soap slab there, and get all of that soap batter out of the container since we are now done with it. The one thing, at least that we have found out with indigo powder, is it does darken when it's sitting. So this looks fairly light. It looks light in the final product too, but it seems to get a little darker and maybe a little more well developed. We did steep the indigo powder in our lye water, which does affect how the color turns out. If you just put it straight in like you do any other mica, I believe it does a lighter shade of blue. We haven't tested that out just because every time we use it we want to get a nice well-defined blue tone. For the top, I hadn't actually made up any sort of plan. I did do a design for what the cross-section of the soap bar would look like, but the top I couldn't really settle on something. So going off of what we originally called this, which was Black Lagoon or Creature from the Black Lagoon, I was going for a wave, kind of turbulent water feeling, which is what this, whatever I'm doing right now, is. That's where it came from. I wasn't terribly happy with how the top was looking, so I put some more of that mica in my tea strainer, and I did a light dusting on top of those swoops that I had been doing. This soap batter was not wanting to set up, which is normally not something we're dealing with, and so what I had in mind during this process and what was happening was not the same thing, which sometimes happens. It's not a big deal, you kind of just have to roll with the punches. So I drizzled that, or sprinkled that mica on, and then I went back in with my spoon to do some more swoops. The batter had set up much more by this point, and so it was giving a cool kind of streaked effect with that bluish silver mica on the dark blue top layer there, and I'm very satisfied with this, and I have done this technique before on some other older soaps that I've made and will definitely copy again. So we'll just spritz it with some rubbing alcohol and tuck it away for 24 hours to let it all harden up, and then it is time to unmold and take out of the slab mold and see what that final design looks like. The only other thing that I've done that wasn't on camera was actually steam the top of all of our soap before I cut it. It just makes finishing the bar much quicker to steam the tops first and then just do a light steaming when everything is cured and set up. It saves quite a bit of time. You're handling one object instead of 30 objects basically, and anytime we can save any amount of time, we're gonna do that, as long as it doesn't kind of compromise the final finished product. I'll split this slab into 3 loaves, and then we'll break out our trusty soap cutter Dorothy and break those loaves down into soap bars, and we can finally see what the inside looks like. So there it is. That is exactly what I was looking like. The lighting kind of makes it hard to see the 3 distinct layers, but it looks really good. I'm very happy with the finished product. I'm very happy with the fragrance as well. This is definitely one to get if you like a clean, fresh scent. I definitely have one of these actually in our shower right now and have been using it for about a week and am super happy with it. If you would like to grab this, it will be for sale October 1st online and in person, so definitely check that out. If you would like to support our channel, get soaps of the month, a bar or 2, shout outs at the end of videos, and some other fun perks, we have a subscription service which is on our website. It's basically like Patreon. You can check that out. Thank you to all of our study buddies and our foamy homies. We really appreciate it. If you can't afford to do that, we perfectly understand. You can still like our channel and also share this video and subscribe, because all of that helps a lot. Thanks. Bye.